I'm excited to welcome on one of the top players in 2021 and the first commit at Wisconsin's 2021 recruiting class, Chris Hodges. What's going on today?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Well, let's just get into this. You've been blessed. You didn't have to go through this crazy recruiting process that a lot of these 2021 guys are going through. You've been committed already now for over a year. What's it been like just knowing that you didn't have to go through that whole process?
It's definitely a relief, a blessing. I recruited early, so I didn't really have to go through the struggles, the quarantine, everything like that. So really, it was a blessing.
And if we go back a year, I mean, that's pretty early typically. Obviously, I just said it helped you out, but why did you decide that that was the right time before you even started your junior season?
I mean, it felt like home. It was love at first sight, I guess, something like that. I just knew right away, so I was just like, let's just pull the trigger and go with it.
You guys had an interesting time. I mean, you're pretty much your whole 2021 class has now been committed for a year. You're the first guy committed in August. The two of the big time players came in, and Matthew and Chucky the following month in September. Having all you guys kind of locked in now for the past year now, what's that been like kind of growing the bond with those guys?
It's been pretty cool. So we're all dedicated. We all have the same goals, something like that. And then again, just being together for longer. So we're gonna build chemistry like that. So we'll have that coming in to college. So that's really good.
Did you know either one of those guys prior to committing there?
I played with Chucky at the camp and seen him in the circuit, but other than that, not really.
Now, so you guys have three guys locked in. Do you guys expect to possibly land any more guys for 2021?
Hopefully, I mean that's the goal. Get another guy committed. So we'll see what's the outcome of that.
Who would you say are some of the guys that you guys are currently targeting and looking at?
I'm not all that sure. We got some in the class below us. Yeah, I'm not really that sure.
Gotcha. And I mean, let's just go through this recruiting process more for you. Wisconsin is where you ultimately choose, but who else were in the running? Was there anyone else that you would say was a strong second or third place behind them?
Yeah, I had interest from Michigan State. Um, then I had the Rutgers offer and the Loyola offer, and then this talking to the Big Ten. So definitely the Big Ten schools.
What about the Big Ten was so appealing to you?
Um, this growing up, always looking at the Big Ten, a good conference, always have good players. So I'm going to the league. There's a lot of opportunity.
I talk about the 2020 class. That's a loaded class. They also have the two twins. They have Lauren, Ben, Steven. A lot of talent coming in that class. Do you know any of those guys?
Yeah, a lot of talent. Yeah, high level players. So I'm excited to play with them the next couple years. So really looking forward to that too.
Would you say that any of those guys had any kind of impact or pull in your recruiting process?
Um, Not really. I was really locked in before. I think, yeah, I had the mindset to commit right away. So not really, but again, a lot of nice people, nice high caliber players to be playing with the next couple years.
How about Coach Gard? I mean, we always see coaches for what they do on the court. Sometimes you get some interviews out there, but you get to talk to him. You get to see him off the court, see him what he's like off the court as a family guy. What's his personality like? What's it like just talking to him about life?
Um, you can learn a lot from him, and he's funny too. So it's a lot of balance of both, so it's really good.
You are a guy that I believe is pretty underrated. I mean, most rankings have you a little bit outside the top 100, but you are a guy that has big time numbers. You have a lot of high ceiling for yourself. Where do you see yourself developing throughout your Wisconsin career?
Developing as 4 and a 3, and just expanding my game. One of the reasons why I recruited there and committed there was because they saw the potential in me too, and knowing that I'm a good player right now. But again, sky's the limit.
It's kind of brings a little bit of similarity. I mean, when you look at the famous Wisconsin run they have with Frank Kaminsky, Sam Decker, and guys, you guys are building something special. You guys have a deep class. 2020 we just discussed. What's it going to take for you guys to possibly make another Final Four run and even a championship run someday?
Again, I think it's just coming together as a team and really feeding off of each other. And yeah, again, it's playing how we play.
Would you say there's any guy in particular, a former Wisconsin player that you play a lot like?
Um, I could say Frank Kaminsky. Um, Really, this like all of their players really they develop stretch bigs. So again, that's one of the reasons why I committed there. So they saw the potential in that.
I do believe that Frank Kaminsky also played for your same AAU team, Illinois Wolves. Having that kind of connection, what was that like, and what was it kind of like having your coach and director that kind of went through the Wisconsin process before? How did he kind of help you through this process?
Definitely made it a lot smoother. They knew the coaching staff there, and Frank was in contact with me, so it was really cool to have him reach out like that. And yeah, it was just, I've seen him a couple times at practices when I was younger. So I mean, it's just really came full picture. So.
That's a big thing that I don't think a lot of guys always talk about, but having a former alumni that's gone through the process and been successful going through that team is a huge attraction to a lot of guys, I think. What role did he play, and what was it like just kind of hearing his side of the story and hearing what his experience was like?
Um, just let me know that I'm gonna be good there, and they're gonna want the best for me, and I'm gonna have to give the best for me too.
That's awesome. And talk about Illinois Wolves. Why did you try to go run with them and play in the UAA?
Um, Again, I mean, this is a high level program, a family atmosphere. They're gonna take care of you, and this is a really good program that I love being a part of for the last 6 years.
That's big time, man. Let's talk about your high school career. You started playing in eighth grade. Now you're obviously playing in junior season. You've already played a 4-year career. This will be your fifth year now there. What's it been like developing? What was it like playing basketball at the high school level so early?
It definitely flew by. I remember freshman year, I was a little on the weaker end a little bit physically wise. Just seeing my game develop and growing into my body helped me to do a couple things that I couldn't do freshman year and sophomore year. So really just developing my game.
And you have added a lot of pieces you just said to your game, but you've also created a lot of memories. What would you say are some of your favorite memories for your high school career so far?
Definitely playing with my brother freshman and sophomore year. And then the last year was mostly playing with my friends I grew up with because that was a junior class. So that was the majority of the team. So, yeah, definitely just playing with my brother, playing with my friends, and beating some top teams.
And that's a special thing. We know brother connections pretty much stronger than any other connection possible. What was that time like? What was it like playing with your brother?
I mean, it was fun. Just like in the huddle, talking to him. He's in my corner, I'm in his corner. So really, just like helping each other out, and then just bringing a brotherhood to the team, sort of just having that connection spread.
I can already imagine you guys have had a lot of one-on-one games growing up. How those games used to go, and how do the games go today?
um, well, they used to go. He used to beat me a little bit, and then I sort of came into my own. So we haven't played in a while though. But yeah, we'll definitely play soon sometime.
And talk about favorite memories off the court. When you think about your brother, what's the first memory that comes to mind?
The first memory was probably back in the day. We were playing at my old house in the neighborhood. It was the first time I dunked, and like no one really believed it, and he was the first one to see. So that's probably my favorite memory.
You've now had a lot of pieces to your game. You started dunking a lot better in games as well. How have you learned to kind of use your athleticism and put into games?
It's all about like quickness and reacting to the defender. So if he's on this way, spin the other way, or it's just like getting point A to point B to the fastest you can.
15.5 points per game for you last year, 8 rebounds, 4A second team. You've also achieved a lot of big time stuff so far. What's the goal now for you for next season?
This to continue to be dominant. Again, expanding my game, and this winning.
You have obviously your senior season now. I can imagine state championships in the mind for you. How about number wise? What do you want to average next season? What are you capable of averaging for next season?
Next season, 20 plus. That's the goal. Consistently, then hopefully I can average 10 rebounds. Just throwing numbers out there, really. But yeah, just being an all-around player.
You are in a state that is regarded as one of, if not the best states in the country, in Illinois. What's it like being growing up out there and playing basketball out there?
A lot of talent everywhere. Definitely made me a better player. I know it's making other people better players playing against the top players in the country, really. And yeah, there's a lot.
Who would you say was your favorite guy to go against so far in your high school career, while playing out there in high school basketball?
Um, Probably Ryan Davis. He graduated a couple years ago, but definitely him.
That's awesome. And for upcoming season, who would you say is a favorite team you're most excited to go play against?
Um, Rolling Meadows, play my guy Max. Yeah, that's probably the most exciting one right now.
Absolutely, man. And kind of come assemble your team. Put together a top Illinois roster, 5 to 10 guys. Who's on our team?
Um, Definitely, we go with Max, Bryce, Isaiah, um, Connor, Louis, Anthony. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I can name all of them. So, yeah.
And how did that team compete against everyone else in the country? Would you rank them the best team? Where do you guys kind of finish up if you guys all play each other?
Um, I'm gonna say first. I'm a competitor, so I'm gonna say first.
And there's that thing about Illinois guys. It's that kind of grit and grind attitude that a few states have. New York's another one that has that. You guys kind of have that grit and grind, though. How do you guys kind of establish that, and what's it been like adding that aspect to your game?
I feel like it's going from unknown to known, and we still have that chip on our shoulder. We're trying to still knock the top dog off and be the top dog. This being competitive and hard working still knowing our place, and we still got a long way to go at the same time.
And when you guys play in games, there's so much talent out there. It's kind of hard for some guys to separate themselves, and you have been able to do that. You became a high major player. How'd you learn to separate yourself from everyone else in the state?
Doing the simple things, really. A lot of people don't want to do the basic things or the footwork. Really separating because everybody has talent, but some people don't have the discipline. So it's really just focusing on those type of things, separate myself.
You're constantly talked about now as being a leader, a guy that's a vocal leader, a guy that can kind of just bring a team together, almost a gel guy to a degree. When did you learn that aspect of your game?
Probably in feeder. I was able to play up 2 years with my brother, and then as he moved to high school, and then the other age moved to high school, it was just having that veteran leadership, really, and then it translated to high school. Started off small freshman year, just kept growing then to senior year.
How do you plan to become a leader as a freshman at Wisconsin when you get out there?
Being myself, being vocal, knowing that we're all there for a reason, and just being locked in day one.
And as we discussed, you will be in the Big Ten. Who are you most excited to go up against and play?
Definitely Michigan State and Michigan. My boy Isaiah and Max, just playing them, being teammates for the last couple of years, and then seeing them on the big stage too. So it's going to be really competitive.
Like I said, I mean, you've been teammates with both those guys. They're both elite prospects as well. You guys ever possibly talk about wanting to team up possibly?
Yeah, before all the recruiting process picked up, we definitely did. Everybody has their different choices. So yeah, again, it's gonna be excited playing them again in college. But yeah, we have talked about it. But
That's awesome, man. A few more things before I let you go. I was like wrapping up kind of talking about building a legacy for yourself. So when you are done playing basketball, what do you want your legacy to be for what you achieve both on and off the court?
legacy, just leaving my name behind, a household name. People know me for my leadership, not only on the basketball court but off the basketball court, and yeah, building my brand.
And I know you're also a believer. Talk about your faith a little bit. How has God helped get you to the point you're at today?
Just knowing that He's in control. He's always gonna look out for me, and He's always gonna give the best for me. So again, this really having faith, strong faith there, always knowing where home is, and that's always having them in my heart and my head too.
Where would you say has been the biggest moment you've seen God show up in your life so far?
Um, Actually, man, this recruiting process, um, you know, my family or the neighborhood is going big. Really was a blessing. Just being humble, staying humble, trusting the process. It really just blessed me, put me in positions where I could go to the next step in life, and just using basketball as a platform, using my skill level, this really everything. You see him everywhere.
And I think a lot of guys are believers. They see God, but they're not always as vocal. And I know you have it in your bio. You talk about faith a lot. Why have you decided to really take a more vocal approach and want to kind of spread God's light?
Because someone found it in me to spread. So if I spread it, I mean, I'm touching somebody else's life too. So really not holding back for anything. Um, some people might not think it's normal or think it's cool, but really, when you're with God, no one else's opinion matters if you're trying to change their life. So that's how.
Couldn't agree more, man. As you move up levels, you go to college, pros, you're gonna have a higher and higher platform for yourself. How do you have to continue to spread God's word, and what's kind of your ultimate goal that you want to achieve off the court for God's kingdom after you're done playing basketball, or even during it?
This giving him representation again, using my platform. Little words go a long way. If it's just one word in the interview or just having it on my shirt or something like that, just to turn eyes and help people find God too.
Absolutely, man. My final thing for you: give Wisconsin fans your three biggest goals you have set for your Wisconsin career.
Definitely a Big Ten championship. Definitely national championship. I feel like that's everybody's goal, but really looking forward to trying to achieve that one. And then hopefully Big Ten Player of the Year.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm definitely excited to see what God got next for you, man. Keep on doing your thing. Keep on being the light.
Thank you, man. You too.
Of course, man. Talk to you later, man. You're always welcome on, bro. God bless.
All right. God bless you too.